Broken them like stick across, right across your back. I wanna sing a song to you. Forgive me, I was wrong to play along to hear a song, 'cause you're magnificent. See the sun go down tonight, and you're magnificent when I'm irreverent. I hear you whisper it's alright, yeah.
So,
He's done.
that's fine. Do you want to start, Rooch? Do you want to start?
No, you stop. Actually, okay. I don't mind. Oh, guys.
So we just put up the camera and we just wanted to, like, you know, say hello to you all, and Rochelle and I were just chatting now. You know, we want to get into YouTube because we can't always reach our audience playing live. For many reasons, COVID, kids, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So we just don't want anything to stop us. We've just decided we just want to, like, Gino, do our music. And whatever, however that looks. And we've also been, like, wanting to start a YouTube channel for so long, and there's just, like, a million reasons that we don't. You know, I find a million excuses.
Lack of time.
Yeah.
Like perfectionism. That's probably our biggest thing. It's like perfectionism. We want everything to be done well, and it comes out of a heart of love, because we want to bring our best foot forward, but then also probably a little bit of fear, you know, a lot of fear, I guess, you know.
So the bottom line is, today we just, like, said to each other, screw it, we're going to put the camera up and we're going to film and we're going to say hello, and it's going to be our first YouTube video, and yeah, we're just going to, you know, keep it real, because that's all we can really do. We don't really have time to, like, get into, you know, big production and stuff. I heard recently someone said, you know, there's two types of people who start YouTube channels. There's architects and there's archaeologists. You know, the architect sort of has it all figured out, and I know, you know, so many YouTube channels like that where it's so worked out and perfect, but then there's archaeologists like Mr. Beast. You know, they just started stuff and just they dug until they found the treasure. So that's kind of where we're at, and we're just picking up the spades and starting to dig.
Yeah.
And we just want to take you on our journey, and that journey is us just trying to be creatives and musicians in this world today, against all odds. So if you want to come along for the ride, like and subscribe. Saying it already in the first video.
You've said it. Darren said it so perfectly. I'm not even going to add a single thing.
Are we just going to hit upload?
Yes, should we?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see you in the next video. That's it for this one. Here's one of the baby's nappies that we're going to do this with.
There was a time as a family where we couldn't be together. Darren was at work, I was spending time with the kids, and we were missing each other so much. And we just couldn't stop dreaming of a way that we could spend our days together, taking life in, traveling like we used to when we were musicians on the road. And then we had a light bulb moment. Beekman Holidays are sending us. They are sending us on a 4-month vacation to 5 of their resorts, and we get to spend every minute of the day with our children. Horse riding, pillow jumping, movie watching, trail finding, just embracing our lives together as a family. It's all work, of course.
We like to sit down, coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot, never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle, have a Gino shot.
Gino shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot. And Tuesday night, 6:30 every Tuesday, Tuesday, 6:30, we are live from Gqeberha, from PE, from NMB, whatever you want to call it. We are obviously interviewing people of interest from the Eastern Cape generally, and people that are interested in the Eastern Cape can watch on YouTube, preferably, or on Facebook, whichever one. We don't really mind, but YouTube is always the best one. Is always the best one to watch on. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to YouTube to check out what's happening in the Eastern Cape. Every week we have somebody interesting. It doesn't have to. They don't have to be famous. They don't have to be superstars. They just have to be working hard and helping to build our community, our people around us, because we need to do that in the Eastern Cape. Elections are coming soon as well. We need to push this whole thing forward and make sure that we come out the other side in one piece. Right. Thank you to our sponsors. Spa have been with us now for nearly 3.5 years, I think it's been. It's incredible just looking back. And then also Fitch and Leeds and Sovereign. So Fitch and Leeds I always have a little bit of Fitch and Leeds, and at the end of the night we'll give away a case of Fitch and Leeds to anybody that's watching online as well. So make sure you're here for the competition. We just pull the lever, check who's been putting comments in, and it cycles through the comments. We pick a name, and whoosh, it spits it out, and you will get a case of Fitch and Leeds no matter where you are in the country. We can post it to you. Also, Sovereign has been great. They've been supporting our live shows, which has been great. We've been the of course the live show that you need to see is my first show in 4 years since pre-plague, and that is called Artificial Unintelligence on the 2nd and the 3rd of February. There are still some tickets left. There are odd tickets left for the 2nd, and there are tickets available for the 3rd. We've sold out the first night earlier on. The 2nd is nearly sold out as well, so that's why we've opened the next one. And then also, if you are in St. Francis area, Jeffrey's based in Francis, Saturday the 10th of February, we are in at 171 St. Francis Drive, which is the brewery. We're at the St. Francis Brewing Company on the 10th of Feb. So if you are in the St. Francis area, come and support and have a jaw. And a lovely venue, nice low roof. It's actually just been redone. They've redone that whole venue. It's still got the same sort of intimate feel. And it's Linky and Lance have done an amazing job on that place. So make sure you pop in the 10th of Feb. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are, as you noticed from the introduction to the show tonight, we are interviewing Darren and Roochi for Digby and the Lullaby. We go back many long years, but we'll explain it all in the interview, I'm sure. They have gone on this journey. They're traveling, they're traversing the country. But they are going to, I'm not going to even spoil anything. They're going to tell you the whole lot very shortly, because we're going to get them into the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our special guest.
Ooh, welcome to the show. Now it's your time to shine. We're gonna have a like a chat tonight. Another good time.
Another good time.
Yay!
How's it, man? Lovely to have you
Gino.
guys on. I see that you're in a little room, a little fancy little room there. It looks like it's got electric curtains or something. It's beautiful little room. Whereabouts are you guys?
So we are at one of the Beekman Group resorts up in Limpopo. It's called Waterberg. It's a rare game lodge. That's where we are.
Oh, nice. A rare game lodge. I mean, it's a rare lodge or it's a rare game around the lodge?
No, they actually have rare game, yeah. So
Yes.
that's the attraction.
Nice.
One of the
So
attractions.
Limpopo,
It's amazing.
it's one of the most beautiful parts of the world, and I mean, so far north. But we are on the other opposite sides of the country at the moment.
Yeah, the wind doesn't reach yet, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know. And were you impressed with my introductions? Do you hear Philippa's voice in the background with Gino's spot there doing my production skills?
I had to laugh.
amazing.
I had to laugh. I was just listening to it thinking, I spent 12 years with this oak, sleeping in the same bed in hotels. I remember one night you woke up, you were sleeping in the same bed as Brad, and you woke up, got onto all fours like this, and you were like, "What are you doing here?" and, and Brad went, you was like half asleep, you went, "Don't worry, it'll sink in."
It'll sink in, bro. When you wake up at night and there's a strange person next to you, but you have to.
And
we
the
often have
curtain,
to share rooms, share flipping, whatever. We lived on
the
top of each
curtains
other
were
for-
blowing. The curtains were blowing, and Brad said you looked at the curtains and you looked at him like as if you'd just come through.
I was
It's
totally
what you
dealing
do.
Blada.
Yes.
That time when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're still not sure if you're dreaming or if it's real or what the hell is going on here and who is this
I
next to
feel
me?
like that. I feel like that sometimes when I wake up and Darren's next to me.
In a good way, though. She can't believe, she feels like she's dreaming, but then she goes, "It's real. It's actually real."
Well, can you imagine waking up with Darren's hair out here, which it was at the time as well?
Yes. Yeah.
It was always Mick. It was Mick Hucknall, but
Yeah, I
nobody,
used to get.
nobody mistakes you for Mick Hucknall anymore, Darren. Those days are gone.
Yeah, they say, the good thing is like, I won't be a ginger forever because I'll go grey one day.
Happening.
It's
Chat
part of
with
the
gingerness.
Peens. It's part of the Peens genes. That's what it's going to be. It's Merle, it's your
Peens
mother,
genes.
your dear mother, who I love so
Yeah.
much as well. So I hope she's watching
Exactly.
tonight. Is Merle watching
I hope so.
tonight? Oh man.
Oh, well, let's
And,
see the comments.
Yeah, no, we got there's I see a pile of comments coming already, but so Limpopo at the moment. Are you there for a little while? How did you manage to get up there? Which is it the first little leg of your trip?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so this is the first resort lodge we're visiting.
We're resort hopping. So we're doing this one and then we go to, it's terrible. I mean, someone's got to do it. We go to a place called Monomotopa Village next.
Okay.
And then we go to a beautiful resort called Dikololo. And after that, we go to Kingdom Resort. And there's talk of maybe visiting Plet because Formosa is there and the Beekman Group have that resort too. Yeah. So we are,
Oh, magic. Oh, that'll be a blast from the past as well. That's also another one of those posies.
I've personally never been there. You know what I'm saying? Never.
Oh, you're not.
No, I've never been
I
to
had
Formosa.
My Plet rage. That's what it was.
Classic.
But okay, so let's get into it here because it's interesting. Obviously, we played together at Eminent Child many moons ago, and we've got. I mean, when you play in a band for that long, they're your brothers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens from then onwards. You're a band of brothers. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Mike
exactly.
McCauley, myself, you, Brad. We'll always be that, We had so many, we had so many sort of adventures together. It's just never gonna, it's never gonna disappear out of this brain. I see Daniel Beekman there from also the Beekman Group. miss you guys, and you, Daniel. I did a gig for them up at on the south coast in Port Shepstone, I think it was, somewhere near Port Shepstone. It was amazing, and we had quite an adventure there. There was a little pub. I was just saying to Darren just before the show, a lovely little pub there, and all the staff was there. They had a big jaw. It was amazing. So Daniel, lovely to see you again online. But now, I mean, how did you start? Where did this whole journey start with this new idea that you've got and this new thing that you're doing?
Okay. In a nutshell.
Yes. Well, kind of.
We were missing each other because we were so used to touring, Darren and I. And you know what happens when you meet through music and you fall in love, then, you know, after you get married, typically they are like offspring, and then you got to take care of those little things. So we stopped touring for a while, and we knew that the time would come that we'd be able to do it again, but that was just our season. And then we were like, man, we've got to figure out a way that we can be together all the time. Like, this is not good, you know. And then and then we were having quiet time, and this word nomad dropped into our heads, both Darren and I separately. And like, I wrote it in my diary. We sat down having coffee the one morning, the same day that I wrote this down. And Darren started talking to me about being a nomad. And then I was like, wait, hang on. What did you just say? So we decided to try and figure out what that looks like. What is a nomad? Like, having no home, having, no home to put your possessions in, which means no possessions, right? You just have to like throw it all in, get rid of it all. And then we just jumped. And then, like Dan said, a net appeared. And now we're sitting in this beautiful hotel room, and our kids woke up this morning going, it's another day, and like opening the curtain, like, let's go to the playground, and we get to do this for another like 2.5 months, before Darren heads off to Saint Helena. But that's where it started. It was
I know that Darren, you just before you move on from that, because I know Darren has been the kind of guy and that has never worried about possessions, about stuff. He's not a materialistic guy by any means. So I think, I mean, obviously you were, like you were saying, I can just imagine him saying, nomad, you don't need stuff. You don't have to have this baggage with you. You just need to go. And that's been it's sort of a part of Darren's psyche for as long as I've known him. And I don't know if you agree with that, Darren.
Yeah, so I think, Gino, so like one morning I woke up and I was like, literally felt like I'd been given the biggest gift. I actually got set free completely from the desire for material possessions. And I was like, at first you think, I'm going to have to give up all this stuff. But you don't realize like what comes after that. The way your world and your life just opens up to like what you get in return is massive. Like, we don't realize how clogged up we are with the internet and with Instagram reels and traffic and jobs and the whole system. So we've just been like so blown away by the space that's opened up for us in life to experience like the really important stuff. Family experiences. I chase down experiences and relationships like some people might chase down, like a beautiful home and a Ferrari, which is great. If that's what makes you happy, then by all means go for it. But for us, I think just the experiential thing has been 10 times better than we thought it would be.
Because I mean, it's certainly the everybody aspires to that, but often you don't get the chance to, or you don't feel safe enough to be able to do that. But safety's never been a big thing for you. I mean, come on, let's be honest. It's not been like if there was one guy who was just gonna chuck it and go, it's Darren. Are you the same, Rich?
I'm totally the same, man. He married himself in a different body. No, like we've had this conversation, and he's gone, Gucci, thanks for being crazy enough to like do this with me. And we had this moment. I don't know, like, okay, it's just we are the same. I'm also nuts like that, and I think this world's gone crazy. So I was like, well, we might as well go crazy too, and just go and have fun. Yeah, I totally agree with Darren's sentiment. I think that sometimes when you want to have an extraordinary life and an extraordinary experience, then you need to do something really out there. And I believe that sometimes your emotions can be deceiving, that actually you can do something scared, even if you think, oh, hang on, I don't know what's out there. Like, this hasn't really been done. Because we had to form our own way because we didn't have a blueprint. I mean, who else has done this that we know? So, but hey, it's like a bit of craziness mixed with like having a spiritual direction, and then wanting something different for our kids, because our number one goal is like we want to give them their dream childhood, you know. And hopefully our grandkids one day will benefit and watch the videos and be like, oh wait, like they're not too bad.
I think the kids are going to watch the video one day and they're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
But I saw something in the back of the truck the other day. It said, if you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done.
Yeah.
So,
but it was calculated.
And I was like, yes. And then just to come back to your point, you know, you said something just now. I'll think of it just now.
The fact that you don't mind taking a risk, or that you
feeling safe. I've never worried about feeling safe. To be honest with you, this makes me feel very safe. Like in the world today and the craziness that's happening, I feel super safe traveling this lightly in the world. And I mean, I don't mean traveling to different places. I mean traveling through the world today. Like this feels safe to me. You know, it feels like, and I know it's the right thing for us.
And I know the Beekman Group has jumped on board and given you this opportunity as well to do this. I mean, you've came up with a concept and this whole idea, and then I think Danielle and the guys just and Wayne have just come on board and said, okay, well, here, and I think I know why as well, Darren, because and I was speaking about this before as well, is that a company doesn't just sponsor or come on board and put money into something. They need to know that there's buy-in, and I think there's no more an assured buy-in than when you see somebody take their whole family, put it on the line, and say, okay, we're going to do this, but we are chucking everything in, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's saying you got to have some skin in the game. How about your whole body?
Exactly. The skin in the game. I mean, you've got all 4 skins in the game.
Touche. That's only Darren, okay?
5 skins.
5 skins. Okay, that's fine.
But
no,
yeah,
totally,
Gino,
it's everything in, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the Beekman family are all about family, and we just so aligned with their family ethos, really.
Yeah.
And you know, we've been to, this is the second
well, actually third
resort.
It's the second resort that we're filming.
Yeah.
But when we met them, we stayed at the first one. Yeah.
So I mean, and it just like you really feel the family vibe at all of these resorts, you know. So and they all got something really special.
Well, the whole plan, because initially I seem to remember you bought a caravan.
Yeah, we did.
You had the Jurgens. I remember because we had a Jurgens when we were younger, and I thought, wow, Jurgens.
So right in the beginning, you know, there comes a point where you've got to like pull the trigger on something, you know. In the sailing world, there's a saying, it says, "Go small, go now." You know, don't wait for 20 years to buy the right size yacht. Just buy a small one and go now. So at some point, you've got to pull the trigger. So we really wanted to do this. We wanted to create space to be creatives again in our lives. And we were like, how are we going to do this? So we were just like, we found this vintage 1974 caravan.
Oh, so cool.
Absolutely beautiful. It was all in original condition. And we literally just like hooked it up and jumped in one day and just bailed. And it was the most ridiculous feeling we've ever had in our lives. Like, I cannot describe it. And I highly recommend it. If
you sleep really well in a caravan, right? I mean, it's amazing.
If anybody's got the gumption or the gonads to just, if you're feeling it at all, don't overthink it. Just do it. Like, you won't believe what'll happen, guys.
But then what do you do when the Beekman group say, will you travel our resorts? Then you get rid of the caravan.
We just sold the caravan. It was just it was a stepping stone.
Yeah. No.
I loved it. I mean, I think the caravan that I grew up, I was born in 1970. From the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, we were in that caravan. I can almost guarantee it was a 1974 model as well. It might even be the same bloody caravan.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man.
But it certainly the caravanning thing has also got its pluses. It's very cheap to go around the country in caravan. It's the campsites are much cheaper than getting a hotel or getting a thing. Normally.
Yeah.
And so amazing too.
Especially when you stop at the Ultra City, like in the parking right next to the front door where there's a Vida, and you're tired of driving and you just get out and you go jump in the back and sleep.
Oh, it's been amazing. And I think we would definitely do it again. Like, I don't think that our caravan days are over. I would, in a drop of a hat, go again in a caravan.
Maybe caravaning across America.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what the next adventure is going to be. It's going to be something crazy, like something,
We've definitely, like, you're kind of acclimatized to crazy. So you do something crazy, you're acclimatized, and then you're like, doing what we're doing now, it just feels like, it's like normal life. It's normal life to us now. So
Okay, one thing
then you go more crazy.
Yeah.
Two things that I've learned.
Less crazy, Gino. Sorry, just want to say something quickly. We want to put a new definition for nomad in the dictionary. Like they say, Oxford Dictionary, no, and then some of the words in brackets. We want to say no, brackets, mad. So you're actually not mad anymore.
Mad.
You're not mad, yeah.
So I've learned two things from this travel and our experience, just to like get out of there. One is how much adventure is outside of your comfort zone. Like there's just so much to explore and to, it's just incredible. And the other is that we are so adaptable as human beings, like we just adapt. Like our kids don't need cell phones. They go and they play in the dirt. Like it was a moment for us when we started camping and they ran into the caravan. They were like, Indy was like, Dad, we need 2 spoons. And then they like dug in the dirt with spoons. And then we were like, we've gone back in time. We've reversed this whole thing.
Yeah, just yesterday they were digging. They were in the
making mud cakes.
They were outside with tablespoons in the mud.
Beautiful.
Perfect. It's perfect. And I mean, how does having the kids with you sort of factor in? Is it easier? Is it have you managed okay? I mean, and also the schooling and stuff like that. What do you do?
Well, when we do interviews, we lock them in a room very far away,
so that when
they scream. No, we've got an amazing woman. You answer. I mean, like.
So the schooling question, yes.
Yes.
So Maddie's the only one that's sort of old enough to sort of start schooling now, and he's already playing guitar, drums, piano, and he's writing songs at the age of 6.
Excellent.
He's
learning how to read.
He's learning maths.
Lovely.
And he's so the one question I always get, which I always find funny, is what about their social life? Anybody meeting our kids will be like, you'll be surprised, like they're not shy to speak to adults because they're surrounded by different adults all the time and other kids,
Yeah.
So I hope that answers it.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
And also we have this incredible woman, Leah, who's traveling with us. And it's just been so nice, you know, just another consistent person in their lives to just you know, we want to teach our children our values, and we want them to grow up wholesome. And we know that we only have this window. We'll most likely stop traveling when Maddie's 9, then we'll have our base. So that's our like limit. We've got two years to go. And then, you know, we want him to form those meaningful bonds and relationships. But for now, my biggest joy is to see them experiencing life, not in the textbook, but actually in real life. Like, this is Table Mountain. This is the Big Hole. Like, this is what the Karoo looks like. This is what it feels like to feed a sheep, or, you know, like just amazing experiences. We can't get that anywhere else.
Nothing can really replace being with you guys, you know, 24/7. That's amazing for you to be together the whole time. It's really a bonding time, even if it's 4 months, 6 months, whatever it's going to be. You know, it's incredible time at this formative sort of time of their lives. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's I mean, I look at the kids' lives, and I just think, if I had gotten to do that when I was their age, to go on a trip with my parents for a year. hold that thought.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to digress. I got to take a side road here quickly. So on the way up to Waterberg, we actually, I decided I saw Hammanskraal signboard, and I was like, Rich, I think we need to go in here. And so we drove into Hammanskraal, and I drove straight to my old house and knocked on the door, and
like Darren would.
This lady comes out. This lady comes out, and I'm like, "Hey, sorry to bother you, but my mom and dad built this house 40 something years ago." And she was like, "What?" So I was like, "Do you mind if I come inside?" So we went into our old house, and it was the craziest experience. Like, again, I just stood there thinking, this would never have happened if I hadn't like hit the road, you know?
Yeah.
So
and the mangoes.
So there I am, like in my old bedroom, like in the flashbacks, going back to the backyard, and just like seeing myself playing with like matchbox cars in the dirt. And then go to the backyard, and they've like my favorite fruit. Like, I love mangoes. Like, I've got an obsession with mangoes. I'm always like trying to find the perfect mango in life. So I go through to the backyard, and they've got like 5 different mango trees, different varieties, and they're all like literally like hanging to the ground with ripe mangoes. So the lady, the owner of the house, gives me a Checkers pack, and she's just like, pick as many as you want. So we filled the Checkers packets. We still got some in the fridge. Cool. Yeah, and it was just like,
I remember the brothers always talking about Hammanskraal. You know, that's why I brought it
up.
Yeah, gee whiz. So you managed to get, and now your kids are able to now, your kids are now able to actually, you know, experience something like this with you being there all the time. It's going to be it's amazing. This will never leave them.
Yeah, I was picking mangoes. I was picking mangoes with Indy and Maddie, Gino, and they were like, it was just such a cool moment. And it was like that moment, I was like, yes. This is why, man. Like, you know, just screw normal life for us, you know.
And it felt significant. Like, it felt significant that Darren went back there. Now that we're like doing something so crazy, and moving at the speed of light, really. Like, our business is growing. It's just been, it was a gift to be able to go back, you know, while moving forward.
And have a good experience there as well. That's amazing to have this nostalgia, but then also a good experience, you know. It's still going. It's still there. There's stuff. That stuff is still there. You can almost, those memories are still good, you know.
Yeah. So someone said the other day, you know, how can you be so irresponsible and not think of your future? And I didn't reply to the comment, you know, but I just thought, man, you just don't know, you know, like we are actually building a media company, you know, that's what we're doing here. we're not just
Yeah.
randomly traveling around the country with not a care in the world. We're
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
we're
Got a
working
plan.
harder than we've ever worked, you
Yeah.
know.
Early mornings, 4:30 a.m., late nights, 12 p.m.
Yeah.
Like it's 12
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube and building an online brand, it's a business, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I've got friends making like really good money, you know. So we're building that. It's not just a let's go.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah. It's not airy fairy.
Yeah.
Your music and your videography and stuff. I mean, you've you know, we'll get into the videography and stuff just now as well. But the music side, how is the music now tying into this? Because I know that you would never leave the music behind, and your new song we played a little bit in the beginning there as well. Magnificent, I think we heard in the beginning there. Incredible stuff you're putting out. I know you've just released some stuff. I think you released Fire now just
Yeah.
recently now, and it's a beautiful song. Your production is incredible, Darren. Always, you know, I always have such respect for the way that you go about putting stuff together. You know, you're such a perfectionist, and used to drive me completely insane when I was playing with you, but it does
I'm
the
sorry.
job, man. No, but honestly, it's just so beautiful. The way the mix down is just amazing. Your voice, Roochi, is just incredible. You know, and I think you bring that whole thing out in production. So how's your music tying into this whole thing now?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, Gino. Like, we realized that like indie folk and the genre, just music in South Africa is, you know, as we know, it's limited. It's a limited audience. So like, imagine like this is the funnel, okay? So all we did really was like we extended it up like this to catch a bigger audience through our YouTube, through our travels. But ultimately, like, this is really all about our music. This is we are building this so that it lands back to our music, you know. We always like thinking about how we're going to record, how we're going to finance the recording, hopefully getting back to America again. We were there once to record, but getting back there.
New York.
Yeah, we made a record there, but just to get back there and tour, like this is all sort of building up to get to that. So that's really where we're at with the music. And like we're really getting into like liquid drum and bass, more dance. We so expect some like electronic stuff to be coming out, you know. So,
Excellent.
We want to reverse engineer it. So whatever's going to get us to at least like filling like a 600-seater theater, like we will work until we get to that point, because there's just no other option. Like that's our goal. And we'll put our heads down for however many years it takes to get to that point. But for us, you know, it's the journey that's fun. So we know what our goal is, we know what we're heading towards, but we are really enjoying the process and having a joy doing it. So and meeting awesome people. Like it's been amazing.
Do you know there's a documentary?
Absolutely. We want to. I think that's why it was so valuable to put out that video on YouTube of like so raw. Like I didn't even think I'd makeup on. Like, I don't know what's going on. We just know we want to connect with you guys. Like, and we didn't have a clue what we were going to do on YouTube, but we just knew we would find it. And I think sometimes us as human beings, like, we try and figure it all out before, and it prevents, you know, because actually that's not always how like God works. Like, sometimes you just have to have the faith, step out into something, and then it magically forms. So that's why we are putting out the intention and then reverse engineering it. And like Darren said, you what's the word? You're not an architect. You're
an archaeologist, not an architect.
You're gonna dig and find, you know. So yeah, I think that's just our approach. It's been our approach, and it's really worked well. So everyone else should try to.
Gino, have you seen that? Have you heard about that documentary about that guy? He's like an old 80s rocker. So he had a band, and he used to play, like, they got all the opening acts for like Def Leppard and like the other big, you know, the spandex 80s bands. I can't remember the name of his band, but basically
Yeah.
like they never quite made it, okay? And then
Yeah.
he like his whole family are like telling him, you got to stop this, it's ridiculous. He'd like still get into his spandex and go and play like
Yeah.
in a bar to 2 people, and he's like, I'm never giving up, and borrowed money from his family to make a new like 80s record, 80s glam rock record. And they're like, dude, you got to give up. This is like the, we're in 2020 already, and it's not going to work. And that was the 80s. He never gives up, okay? And then apparently, like, somebody goes and looks for him, and they find him working, I don't know, somewhere like as a handyman on a building site or something. And
like Rodriguez.
it's a kind of like the Rodriguez
Yeah.
story. And they're like, anyway, so they do this documentary on the guy, and he's just his thing. He's never going to give up. Actually ends up, the band is now blown up because of the documentary about them. The same thing as Rodriguez,
Okay,
I guess.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, I watched that Twisted Sister thing as well. It was also a similar story, where you get locked. They were locked into live gigs, But let's have a quick look at. I don't know if there's any comments that have come through. Kevin Island says your kids are fantastic.
Oh, yay!
Angela Metcalf says there's such an incredible experience for your children. It's true, absolutely. And then Daniel said green mango is the best in salads.
okay.
Oh,
Sounds
okay,
nice.
okay. I'll take your
what a
word for it. That sounds
lovely
amazing.
story. But I've got a video here of one of your songs that we're gonna put on quickly just to give it a little bit of an idea. I think this is the Hilton Festival. I think.
Okay. Awesome.
There we go.
I stayed outside to watch the stars and to mend my broken heart while I watched it fall apart. Love, in your eyes, you kissed my scars and you picked up all my parts, saw a glimpse of your heart. And I try to find another reason to stay behind, but I found you. And I try to love till I started to fall behind. Then I found you. I say I tried to mend my wounds, trusted love for many moons, it never let me down. But pain somehow leads me back to you. Now my dreams are coming true, and my heart can beat again. And I try to find another reason to stay behind, but I found you. And I try to love till I started to fall behind. Then I found you. Only fun when I'm lost in you. But I'm lost when I'm missing you. Only fun when I'm found in you. But I'm lost when I'm missing you. I'm missing you. I thought I'd never be the babe, then you picked me up again. 'Cause
surprise.
Thank you.
Oh.
I like, who was on keys?
Yeah. Not me.
A real musician.
Yeah, it just happened to be in the church at the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were like,
great.
can you jam with us? He's like, no, I read music. And I was like, okay, we'll write the chord charts quickly. So we wrote out the chords.
Yeah, we did it. It was
Oh,
great.
lovely. No, I love it. And that's
Very cool.
Hilton
We were
Festivals,
parked in the caravan at the Hilton Festival behind the main theatre. It was like the best thing ever.
Oh, that is cool. One thing about doing gigs like that, at least they don't have to cover your accommodation, so you get those gigs.
Yeah.
Touche.
No, don't worry about accommodation. We go to caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about food. Don't worry about money.
we got
We're
it.
musicians.
We
We're
sorted.
musicians, remember?
Musicians, man.
We pay to play.
No,
So
tell
funny.
me, Darren. Why? I mean, I want to hear from the horse's mouth as well as your production and your live performances and recording. Give it like let's do sort of each one. You know, what is important to you with a live performance like that?
I think the number one thing is just authenticity. And like just every time like you get on stage, just giving it like 180%, you know, like just being there in the moment. I mean, Gino, you're amazing at that. I remember in Eminent Child, just like playing with everything you got for every show, you know.
Yeah.
And then just
let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And then just also you know, just like the space between the notes, you know, just letting your music breathe, you know. Life happens like that, you know, so music should too.
Yeah, I think it allows you to connect, you know, if you are singing to an audience, it allows you to connect and to a camera. We've become like quite comfortable with imagining everyone on the other side. But also I think that it's also about like for us, or at least for me, when I'm singing, like it's what I do off stage in my everyday life that allows me the freedom when I'm singing. So it's like the way I live my life allows me to stay vulnerable in a way that I think maybe connects with people, you know.
You guys don't strike me as the anxious types. Do you get anxious? Do you get Does anything freak you out?
No, and not even like, I mean, look, when we were on, when we did Kirstenbosch Gardens, like it was a big crowd. That was just an amazing feeling. You just, like you get like, do you mean behind
in
camera?
Or in
both. I think both. Not. I mean, stage. I think there is that anxiety. If there's not a certain amount of anxiety, you're not going to give a good performance as well. You need.
Yeah, it's like energy.
Yeah, it's that energy. But you know, just as far as doing what you're doing now with your kids, with your thing, with the life thing, you know.
I think we've developed capacity for the unexpected. You do, you know. But no, not really. We just roll.
Yeah.
Just feels good.
And when you it's true. When you're producing your and recording stuff, what do you? I mean, you're the. I know what Darren's like in the studio. He's like, okay, do it again. But I think that perfection thing is part of it. You know, Darren, your harmonies are phenomenal. Like, and it's come from years with Brad, starting with Brad and yourself doing those harmonies back when we were teenagers, you know, through to now, and it's just you've just honed that talent amazingly. So I listen to that song now. It was the harmonies they just slide in every now and again, whoop whoop, and it just fills it, and it's beautiful.
Thanks,
but production wise, what do you look for production wise?
So I can't take any credit for any production really, because I haven't really like produced any of it. I think I have very little to do.
Well, with Fire, you didn't, but you've worked on some.
Yeah, I give my 2 cents, you know. But
Yeah.
I actually try and get out of the way, like with my
So
playing
you've
and my
learned to
singing.
let go a bit, you mean?
Yeah, majorly. Like I'm really, I think perfection is just letting it be now.
Yeah.
I don't like, I don't I've learned that you. I think when I was younger, like my idea was the right idea. But now I've had experiences where in the moment I've thought, no, this is not going to work, and I know how it should be done, but then I've just backed off and let it breathe, and found out afterwards that sure, how wrong was I? So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I do like to trust my own gut, and I hear that a lot. Like often with filmmakers, like when they're starting to do something different, then people will say that's not the way it's done. You need to do it like
Yeah.
this. But then,
Yeah.
like a Wes Anderson or a Quentin Tarantino will come out of that.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
they stuck to their guns and they did it their way.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes.
it's
Well, I
I
think
got to
you've always
try
been
and
a straight talker. So if you're not happy with something, you'll say
Yeah.
you won't shut up. He never shuts up. He's
Yes.
always.
No, there's a merit to being to wanting excellence. So I think we've realized perfection. The perfection monster is like it's a no-go for creativity. We give every single idea like
a fair
room,
chance. Yeah.
a fair chance,
Yeah,
because there are two of us, so there will be two ideas often.
Yes.
And then the one that we both have. Oh, we've got the kids that have just arrived.
That's fine.
Come say hello. If I have to leave, I'll just. Oh no,
Oh
no.
dear.
So we're just gonna let it get. We're gonna let them get it out of their system.
Look, Coco.
That's Coco.
Hi.
Say hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
It's funny. Some people have called me Coco as well.
So
Cuckoo or Coco?
cuckoo.
But I, like with fire, when you have like the guy who's worked with Crowded House, mixing your song when you're not too worried about,
That's insane. It's amazing because you've worked with some amazing people. I know that, and I mean, Crowded House. That's that was part of our staple diets in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we had
80s,
the
90s.
privilege of having what's his name again? I forget his name, but he was the guy that mixed a lot of Crowded House's albums. He mixed Fire.
Wow. Oh,
So,
no way. So
um,
that's incredible.
yeah.
So it's gone full circle there. Brad must be green with envy.
but yeah, that's like Gino. I mean, I often feel like an imposter. Just like how on earth, Ruchi's gonna go and feed. Ruchi's gonna go feed Coco quickly. I got it all to myself, me and Gino.
Hey yo. No, it's so. I mean, that you're talking about like imposter syndrome. I think it's quite a common thing for entertainers, musos, artists.
Yeah.
Anybody. In fact, it's this imposter thing. You always second guessing yourself. Am I good enough? Am I doing this? Is it okay?
Yeah. Friend of mine, Mark Broderick.
Yes.
He's been a huge help to me.
Extraordinaire.
Exactly. Yeah. He
And
lit a
vegan.
show. Yeah, exactly. Vegan extraordinaire. He got me. Mark got me to do my first own solo show at the Hilton Arts Festival. He's like, and I was like, Mark, I can't, I'm not a singer, I can't do this. Sing background and stuff. But he's like, no, you must do this. And I was like, okay.
No.
I trust him so much that I just went ahead and did the show, and I had so much fun. It was a show called "We Can Get There From Here." Anyway, it was amazing. I had amazing fun, and it kind of helped me get over that imposter syndrome a little bit.
Yeah, because you just need that. Well, I mean, it's like a thing for entertainers. You constantly need that reassurance from the audience. We always say you're only as good as your last gig. That's it.
Yeah,
that is it. Crazy, And what kind of things take up your day now? So you're out on with on the Beekman group is you go into different holiday things now. What's your day like?
So I generally wake up at like 5 or something. Have a cup of coffee and go outside, have a quick walk, and then I start doing my like video editing and stuff before the kids wake up.
Okay. Yeah.
And then just try and get in as much work because we try and like during the day spend as much time with them as we can. But it has gotten busier, and that's why we've got this lovely lady Leah on board with us now.
Okay.
So she's spending more time with the kids and just helping Rooch, which is giving me a little bit more room to get to the amount of editing and stuff that I've got to do, you know. So, but then we try and sort of work till like midday, and then just do stuff with the kids, and you know, do life the way we think it should be done.
Yeah, and I suppose there are no rules. You've got to create your own rules to keep yourself disciplined, I suppose. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it's been refreshing, you know. You asked about anxiety. I think it's I mean, if I had anxiety, it was before, you know, just like normal life was created anxiety.
And no plan. Now that you sort of got a plan in place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A plan in place now it creates a bit of structure, and then that's okay, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that. And you said coffee in the mornings, by the way. I know you share my love of coffee. And when you had a coffee farm, I saw a post a little while ago about a coffee story.
Yeah.
What was that?
So I met Dylan Cumming. He's like he's like the godfather of coffee in South Africa. Well, he might not agree, but I think he is. He definitely I think he knows probably knows the most about coffee. And I got to hang out with him. We took the caravan. I was like, when I met him, I was like, can we come park the caravan on your farm and just come and live there for like 10 days? And then he was like, yeah, put in. So we went, and I've always wanted to do. It's, you know, more than drinking coffee. I just love the culture, the design, just like everything around the coffee culture is really cool, you know. So
from the growing right the way through, you know, there's all these parts. It's like almost like winemaking, you know.
Yeah. Their farm is like a coffee Disneyland, you know. So they've got like a cafe, and they've got
in South Africa. Yeah, we're talking about.
Yeah. It's in Port Edward.
Port Edward. Okay.
An amazing coffee growing region.
Does it have to be on a hill, or is it?
So no, they say coffee should be grown at altitude. Okay. But some of the most expensive coffee in the world, which sells for like 20,000 rand a kilo, which is in St. Helena, grows at, I think it's like 400 meters above sea level. So it's not really an altitude thing per se. It's like, anyway. So I hung out with Dylan, and I did my barista course, and started working in the cafe and serving, and like I love that job. It's a great job. It's social, and it's like, you know. So yeah, So just a quick side note. We are actually busy developing a Digby the Lullaby coffee, which is going to be sold in these vacuum tins so that it lasts really long. It lasts like 20 times, like crazy amount of time longer. The beans stay fresh, and you're going to be able to crack the tin. We're going to come up with like 6 different blends, and super excited about the coffee situation. I can't wait to come to your house and make coffee with you.
Try it out. I know.
Yeah.
I've got my grinder and my machine's ready. It's ready and waiting, man. No, it's just been serviced. It's actually beautiful at the moment. I got this whole thing plumbed in to my.
What machine have you got, Gino?
It's a Vega. The Vega.
Lekker.
It's a single group. It's a mini Nova. And I got this big grinder. It's great. It's beautiful. I've got
Oh,
like
wow.
a coffee shop
Yeah.
in my house. I've had it for the last 10 years or something.
What's your address?
And,
We all want to go. Everybody comment in
we're
the
in.
section.
Gino Spot. Gino Spot.
It's at Gino's spot, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so
Yay,
so,
Martino!
now plans for future. And also, well, let's finish off the rest of your day then. So the kids, you try and do stuff with the kids in the afternoon, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What do you do at night, Darren?
What do you do at night, Darren?
I'm generally tired because I get up early. So
Is he old?
we always have.
No.
We always have.
Old.
He's awake until 12 at night
Ah,
because
nice.
we chat all
he's
night
a
long.
night owl.
So
The Darren that I know, we used to stay up at Tico's, sit at Tico's till 3 in the morning talking cuck about music.
Gino, remember that once Gino and I were in East London, guys, and we had just done an Eminent Child gig, and we went to stay with the hosts we were staying with. They let us stay in the kids' room, and they had a PlayStation in there, and we both wanted to play soccer, okay?
Yes.
But they only had the demo. So you could play for 2 minutes aside, and then you'd have to go through the whole thing of choosing a team and. So that
was
took
a
like
demo. Yeah.
Yeah, it took like 4 minutes to play the game and like 12 minutes to set up the game. And then we played and we played and we played. And then we heard the birds chirping and we were like, what's that? And it was sunrise.
Sunrise.
And
We played 2-minute
The
games
whole night.
the whole night. I know, it's insane. Oh my word. No, so I mean that's the Darren I remember. So you're still not a night owl, quite a night owl at this now.
He's a morning person and a night person. That's Darren.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You
No,
don't have a
he's
little
definitely
zooz in the afternoon.
No, he just goes. I don't know how he gets the energy. I sometimes either sleep in, but Darren will wake up like oh my gosh, Dan will know because when we were on holiday with them at the pond, we accidentally left our phone in their cabin, and it woke them up at 4:30 in the morning. And we're like, oops, so sorry. But Gino, like to answer your question, we are on such a mission in our business that we are like trying to 10x everything, so there aren't enough hours in the day. But we have a balance between like work and family. Like when we do family, we're doing it hard, and when we do work, we are trying to put out a ton of content, work with amazing brands, and just do the best we can for ourselves and the people that are giving us a good chance, and it's fun. It's fun.
Oh no, I can see. Daniel saying I think I did that gig with them in 2022. Is that when it was? It was great fun. I really enjoyed that.
Cool.
And I see there were some other comments there. I see Shay Fantonda as well saying, how's it? Shay's with Remax National, the Cape Town Remax office, and she got us up to Sun City a while ago, and she said there one of your songs on the playlist there already. So there you go. You're getting your 0.3 of a cent every time Shay wants to go to Tues. And then Donnie is Lalu. Is it Lalu? Never stop chasing the dream. Love your work. Haven't changed a bit. Glad I bumped in the chat accidentally. Looking forward to the future coffee. Adios.
Yes. We'll have a coffee, Diani.
Oh man, I see. And it's Matrino. Yeah, Makina saying how's it, and Coco wants to be part of the interview.
Gino, you got to say your name right.
Matrino.
You studied Xhosa, Gino.
Said Matrino.
So
Matrino.
she is our travel coordinator and amazing person. She makes everything happen. So big shout out to our favorite lady there.
Okay, she can tell me if it's Matrino. It's Tushini. Tushini. There we go. And I think it's the C is always in the front of the mouth like that, and the X is a lateral, and the C is in the front, and then
it's in the front,
and then the Q like Klebecha is on the top.
I love it.
So
you're good, Gino. You're good.
Yeah, that's it. But it could be Italian. It could be macino. Macino is sound very nice for coffee. Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh man.
And I see Brendan Frey there as well, also saying, "How's it too?" I mean,
Yay.
so hopefully, what's going to happen is as you go along, you'll gain these people that can follow you in your journey, be a part of it.
Yeah, one way they can do that, seeing that we're on topic, is our YouTube channel. We've just released our latest YouTube video, which is actually our trip to Kunu Resort in the southern Drakensberg, which is the first Beekman resort we
Kunu.
made a video for, and it went live half an hour ago. So
Yay.
Oh, there we go, first one.
So if you go
Like, comment,
and watch it to the end,
Yes.
even if you don't like it, you can just let it play in the background,
Let it
and then
make the algorithm happy.
make the algorithm happy for us.
If you like it,
Good.
we'll let it play twice.
And then leave a comment, please. Yeah, leave a comment. That would be
Yes.
great.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
always
it's amazing,
nice
Gino.
to know there's people there.
It's incredible. It's so beautiful how we're harnessing community, and it's something that doesn't cost people anything, but it's helping us live this incredible dream. And it just goes to show, like, you cannot live as an island. We are meant to do this life together. So
For sure.
I guess the net that appeared was every single person that's ever looked at a post on Facebook or Instagram or on YouTube, and that is engaged with our content and enjoyed it. And we literally reply to every single comment that's made. We're fortunate that we can just makes us so happy, makes us feel so alive, and very grateful.
Especially if you're traveling around far from home, it's nice to hear. I see a Macino says it's very nice for Italian. This one, Macino Tushi.
Oh yes.
Italian.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I see Owen Supin there as well, also saying he loved the video you posted on YouTube. You guys did such an amazing job. Really looking forward to seeing what else you guys have in the works. And I think it's great. It's like, just like with Gino's spot as well. Television, SABC, that whole thing is kind of, nobody wants to be forced to watch what they don't want to watch. I think the YouTube and Facebook and live stuff like this is surely the way forward, because if you want to connect with your own people, your own community, you come and watch Darren Roochi, or you go and watch Gino's spot, or you go and watch a local thing, and that's where you're going to be in that and also supportive environment where you can actually, where they are. These people are close to you, and you can help each other.
That's amazing.
The metrics are showing that the younger generation are opting for YouTube over Netflix.
Yeah, absolutely. They will. I mean, you'll watch Netflix for your your series and whatever else whenever you want to. But if you're going to be there at a certain time, you're going to watch something that you want to watch, and something that relates to you. I think that's
exactly.
Are you following? Okay, Philippa, Fabry, are you following a particular strategy for your business, or are you winging it as you go along? Is someone helping with strategy? Yeah, there's a lot of strategy that's going on behind the scenes. Actually, Owen has something to do with it too. The one that commented. We are definitely being super highly intelligent, highly intentional about the way we're going about this. So lots is happening behind the scenes. A lot of the work that we're doing, it's hours going into what do we name this vlog episode, what thumbnail do we use, it's just what are people engaging with these days, what are the trends, what are people enjoying, and then how can we marry this all through authenticity. How can we make so it's just a culmination of how we want our lives to be with our family. So that's why we made this brand a family orientated brand, and then collabing with brands that tailored to family, and because we have eyes on us that enjoy family, so we also have a few tricks up our sleeve that are coming, some other brands that are very keen on working with us.
Yes,
for this
I don't know if you say, I heard that
a
Kia
particular
was possibly having a look at you guys for the Joburg guys with Kia. You transport, I suppose. You need a transport thing,
We need to, So
we've reached out to them. We hope they. We hope it happens.
We're in conversation, but we absolutely love their brand. We love. We think that they have the ultimate family car, and it's just been lovely to sort of engineer things that way. But very intentional, and I think we our days often involve like a schedule, and it's been lovely. Like, I think that's been the fun, is the grind. Like, we've been loving the hard work.
I think Philippa says a lifestyle business, which makes sense. Looking at it from the outside, that it's a lifestyle and it's the business at this all together,
integrated.
Some people might say, no, that's crazy. You don't want to mix your business with your family and thing. But I think what you're doing here, just it's a natural progression, I think, for that.
You have to be super intellectual about totally winging it.
Yeah, but like I said, also, I think if you're going to attract sponsors, if you're going to attract people that are going to support you, you need to put yourself on the line, and like I said in the beginning, that's exactly what you're doing here. I mean, it's plain to see everything that you've got is in this, and that's it's very brave or very crazy, whichever way it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to the sponsors and the guys that are helping, because if they feel that you are so invested in it, well, then it's easy for them to invest, because surely these guys are not going to cock it up. Something's gonna really go wrong for you guys for not to happen.
Absolutely.
Well,
the guys should go and watch. They should go and watch the Kunu video we just released tonight and see if we're cocking it up or not.
So it's on YouTube, and maybe you can plonk in the while you're sitting there, you can plonk in the link to it as well.
Absolutely.
Because I think you can comment to everybody as well, and you just put it in there and it'll send to everybody.
Let's do that. Okay, we're doing it right now, actually.
Okay, good. And
there we go.
I mean,
but go and watch it after this.
I've got some chow for you as well if you need.
Our favorite. Thank you. Can I take it?
Yes, there we go. Put your hand in there. Okay. It's a sight. I'm going to try and get the hand in. Oh, they're gone.
They knocked
oh, no.
They knocked the camera or something.
No, knocked the camera. Okay. Oh, the device. Your camera. You've knocked your camera. It's all right. You can go out and go in again. I've got some from Fat Cats Catering. Thank you very much. While they're getting back online. Fat Cats Catering, we've got Grace has given us some chow, lovely chow, and having our chat with Digby the Lullaby, and have pretty much come to the end of the show as well. But I'm going to see if I can get them on to do a couple more questions.
Let's do one more song.
And we've got another song that we can do in the meantime, so we can get them back online again. He's bumped his camera while he's making the comment.
Hey, we are Digby the Lullaby from Cape Town, South Africa,
And these are our acoustic sessions. Stretch out your arm to me. I wanna beside you and you hold my hand. Together we'd find me the perfect man. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'll stretch out my arm to you. You wanna fall deeply in love, and I'd reach out my hand to you. You wanna fall deeply in love. Promises, promises I won't forget. The promises we made when we first met. And then you'd find me and you fall in love. But you'll never love me more than he does. He's gone. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. We'll stretch out our arms and we'll fall in love with him. We'll reach out our hands and we'll fall in love with him. Promises, promises I won't forget. The promises we made when we first met. I'd walk beside you and you hold my hand. Together we'll follow your perfect plan. Oh, yeah.
And that's Darren. We're back.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. No, so I mean, I wanted to do just before we wrap it all up and everything. Hello, Rich.
Hello.
Did you get the food and then spill the food on the camera?
Yeah. It was your food.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I actually tried to run there to get it before it disappeared, so I could eat some.
All right, so before we go, I mean, I know you're going to be on your journeys. They're going to get the link so that you can go and everybody can follow what you're going to be doing. And before you go, though, I've got a couple of things called the getting to know you sections, called our getting to know you part, where we just have a few questions to dig into your personalities a bit.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Okay, you can each answer. If you could instantly become an expert in something, what would that be?
Architecture.
Instant expert.
Artificial intelligence.
An expert in artificial intelligence. That's
Yeah.
like having to say 3 wishes and saying I'd like 100 other wishes.
Yeah. Good answer.
Yeah.
Then you better come and see my new show. It's called Artificial Unintelligence.
Exactly. Exactly. Can't wait. I really can't wait to see it.
Okay. When you, this is an interesting one for you guys. When you're not working, what do you like to do?
Hey, focus.
Drink good coffee.
Okay.
Hang with the kids.
Hang with the kids. Okay.
Of course. Hang with the kids.
Have you? Gary doesn't know, but he says here, have you ever been in a car accident?
Not me, no.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Wasn't it you?
Well, only in Gary's car, yeah.
In our eminent child van.
I heard that story.
I wasn't.
Who thought that thing was going to fit under that thing, right?
Wasn't me.
Oh, that one. Yes, where you crashed our bucky into the
underground parking.
Yes, it was
and
too
then,
tall. Oh, okay.
And then we laughed really loudly for a long time.
Terrible. Oh, no. Okay. What are some things that you have to unlearn?
Systemic behavior.
Society. The whole thing, man.
Society.
Everything that's I question everything.
Yeah. The whole thing. We've been duped. That's the first thing I realized when we were living. We were like, we've been duped.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. You have to unlearn that.
Don't get us started.
You have to unlearn that all those long lists, those long names in your food aren't actually supposed to be there. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Eat mangoes.
Eat mangoes.
All right. The craziest thing that you've done in the name of love.
Yeah.
Craziest thing.
This might be it, you know.
I guess this is it in front of you, getting married to each other.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling like, you know, being on stage together has been the craziest thing. Like in front of a big audience has been the craziest thing we've done for love. Like it's been so rad. But craziest thing. This is it. What we're doing now, like in, you know, for the love of our family, for the love of our children and our grandchildren, and everybody that we get to connect with, because that's love. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Final question here. Final question. Have you ever laughed so hard that it became an indelible memory for you?
Yes, of course. That's happened a few times, but the one that was the absolute best one, which I think since that day, I will live longer because of that day. So Gary Hemmings and I, the producer of your wonderful show.
Yes.
So him and I went to a bunch of wine estates, and we were tasting amazing wines. And I think Gary was like the chairman of the wine club, where he's writing an article or something.
No, he's
for the
PE wine lovers. PE wine.
Yeah,
lovers,
so whichever estates we went to, they would like bring out the best wines, and you don't want to spit those out. So we probably had a little bit too much of that wine, and then all of a sudden we both realized it was dark. We were in the winelands, and
you were hungry.
We were so hungry. So we phoned. I just went on Google and I found this restaurant called 96 on Winery or something road. Yeah. And Gary was driving, and I called them and I was like, "Hey, could I please have a table for two?" And the girl started laughing when I told her that I wanted it that night and not in 3 months from now, whatever the usual wait time was.
The Lonnie special place.
Yeah, you had to book long in advance. So anyway, while this conversation was happening on the phone, Gary and I were sort of pulling up to their boom gate, and I was on the phone, and she was like, "Sorry, sir, I can't help you." I was like, "Oh." So I literally went like this in the car, and I went, "Just hold on a second." Like I went, and I was like, the cogs were turning, and I went, light bulb. And I went, "Sorry, just a heads up, it is for a food and a wine critic." And the lady said, "Oh, okay, just hold on a minute." And then she was like, "It's for a food and a wine critic." And she said, "Okay." She came back and she said, "Okay, so your table will be ready in 10 minutes. So I was like, "That's okay. Thank you so much." And I put down the phone, and Gary Hemmings and I drove into the parking lot, and he looked at me and he was like, "You're a genius." And we started laughing. We laughed for 20 minutes.
10 minutes late for your table.
And then we were like,
can we ask what the food and the wine critic ordered?
Yeah,
2 Cokes and a steak each.
Oh my word.
Well, it has a cool ending because I think Gary bumped into the owner a few months later and told him the story and had a big laugh as well. So
good.
It wasn't totally lying, right? When you tell the truth, like eventually.
No. It's all good then. It's all forgiven.
I do wish I could have that. I do wish I could relive that 20 minutes once a month in my life.
Yes, I know. It's always good to have a good laugh. To like just let go and have a laugh.
You like the ones you feel you have to feel slightly nauseous after the laughing.
Yes.
Then you know it's been a good one.
We had one other amazing laughing session, and that was when we went on our first trip. We went to go and visit the Valley of Desolation in Graaff-Reinet, and we were driving up the mountain with the kids, and we just felt this like joy, this like rush of just like freedom, and we just like shouted and we were laughing.
We were like,
the kids were like, ah!
Like bank robbers that have just gotten away with loot.
Yeah, it felt so good. So that was another cool moment.
Man. But thank you guys. It's been amazing to have you on, and
Thanks, Gino.
We'll be watching, and best of luck to you guys. And of course, a shout out to the Bigman group as well for supporting you so wonderfully. I know the guys are fantastic. I had a great gig there, and it goes down in my memory. And we hope we'll do some more for them in the future as well. But fantastic to have you guys on, and what an amazing opportunity, what an amazing thing for your family. And you've brought in hammer and tong. It's going to be, it just can't go wrong. It has to be great. It has to be great.
Yeah, thanks, Gino. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having us. And I remember the last time I hung out with you for this long was the last Gino spot about 2 years ago. So.
Yes, I know. And now we've got a giveaway for all the guys that are online at the moment. We've got the giveaway. So let's get that. We're going to pull the lever and see everybody that's making comments here. We're going now we're going to redraw.
Wait, what's it called? Nepotism?
It's nepotism. That kind of that.
Sorry, Phil.
Rob Taylor.
Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
Rob Taylor, you're the winner. We'll organise for Rob. Excellent. Nice to have Rob. Rob's a DJ as well. And so that'll be great. Maybe he'll play some of your beautiful music as well on his radio station. Fantastic.
Yes.
Guys, thank you to our sponsors, obviously Spa, and to Fitch and Leeds, and to Sovereign as well. Fitch and Leeds have been fantastic too. They bought in for another year for us, for our live shows too. A special thanks to Grace at Fat Cats as well for our food, and then Amobia for our internet. If you know Nicola is absolutely amazing. She's kept our internet going for the Tues. It's been 4 years now. 4 years, amazing. And to Darren and Roochi, thank you so much. And family, you can go and feed your kids now. Goodness sakes.
Gino, well done for doing Gino's spot religiously for so long. Every week that's just like
every Tuesday.
Yeah, well done. And thanks for having us.
Every Tuesday. Relentlessly every Tuesday.
Yeah, relentlessly.
Yeah. Thank you, Darren. Thanks for joining us, guys. And we'll see you next week. Remember my show, Artificial Intelligence. That is 2 extra shows, 2nd and 3rd of Feb, and then the 10th of Feb in St. Francis Bay, if you are there as well. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next week. Next week, I've got Darren. You're going to love this. It's the Apollo Dry Cleaners guy, Arthur from Apollo Dry Cleaners. He's been there in his business for about 40 years, and he's a warmer stalwart. So we're going to have him on next week and find out what his life has been about.
Oh, that's amazing. I'll be watching.
It is. Lekker. Thanks, Darren. Nice to see you. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next week.
Ciao, Gino.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino's spot. Gino's spot. Get to Gino's spot.